Yes, good morning. This your soul brother Talib. Yes, I just want to say that, you know, it has been a lot of talk, especially this year, 2019, which is supposed to be the year of return back to Africa for, so to speak, Africans living in the diaspora, especially in places here in the Western Hemisphere. But however, people have been talking about this, about black people going back to Africa or even leaving, going to other countries to resettle or what have you. And I mean, it's like this, that is something that I am myself embarking on doing. Hopefully in the future, long as I could keep waking up to open up my eyes. But I'm gonna just say this here. As far as that go, I am willing once I do get the opportunity to leave America as a dark-skinned descendant of slave born in America. I will leave America and will not turn back. And it's just that simple. I get that opportunity to get out of America, I would not look back because I know what it's been like for me for over half a century as a black person living in America, experiencing what being black is in America. Okay? When it comes to racism, stereotyping, racial profiling, and the whole 9 yards. So I know that it's definitely time to go. It's been time to go. And I'm not like most typical black Americans, who's so entrenched in wanting to always wonder or worry how things is going to be if they do go to another continent or another country, wherever that may be of their choice. It's all about get there and then worry about that later. Because the most important thing right now is that we have to put ourselves in a position as black people to no longer have to worry about being in America, where we face a crisis every day of either getting our head blown off by some racist, punctified police, or getting our selves harmed by other races in one way or shape or form, you know, and experiencing even dying at the hands of each other like what's going on every day throughout many cities in America. And like I said before, we're at a point right now in our time in history as a people who've experienced so much atrocities as a group of people for going on 500 years in this nation that, you know, it being that we're not going to unite, as a group of people to carve out a better situation in future for ourselves as a people and our future generations, then we might as well leave. And I tell you, it's more better, that we leave than remain here, being the cowards that we have been for so long, most of our lives, while we continue on accepting this brutal racist treatment and that goes along with our slave-like condition as a people being in this country. That's a coward. Whereas a brave person who would choose to live or go leave to be in another country somewhere where they could be treated more better as a human being, as well as appreciated more as a human being and for who they are, and not being scared of the unknown. That's more braver than being in America as well as remaining in America to accept this abuse that we've been getting for so long as a people, you know. So, I mean, it's just that simple, and I just, want to say also, too, that I've been seeing, because Africa is necessarily not a place we got to go to now. There are different places like throughout Latin America, Asia, and even in parts of Europe that we could go to relocate and settle at, you know, where we will be treated more better as human beings. And of course, like I heard in the video, there is no perfect utopia country in this world. So yes, we can't leave America going somewhere else to expect that, but still there has to be a better place than America for our circumstances as dark-skinned descendants of slaves born here in America. And that's why I'm pushing this message constantly in every video I make from here on out, even in videos where I may speak about entire different subjects. This will be brought up somehow, because, I mean, we have to understand that our situation is very dire and fragile as a people here in America. And that, we have to understand that we have to realize our lives and freedom is at stake. They're incarcerating us majorly than anybody else, which is definitely a signification of racism, that permeates their system here in this country as a result of the racism. You see many of us dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America that overpopulate the prison system, but yet there's supposed to be Caucasians who's the 80% majority population that commits the most crimes in this country than anyone else. But you find that dark skinned descendants of slaves born in America or other darker skinned people comprise of the most among those that are incarcerated in this country, So like I said before, it is getting to the point that we're gonna have to make a move. Simple as that. It's no waiting around. And even for those of us who are dark skinned descendants of slaves born in America that has already embarked on their journeys and left America, whether they went somewhere in Africa or Asia or South America or whatever, you know, at least one thing about it, they don't have to worry about being confronted with being a typical what they call black person in America. And what comes along with being what's called typical black person in America. You see, so like I said before, it's not about worrying about, what it's going to be like in another nation. It's about getting up and going, especially if you got the resources to do so. I mean, this country is not getting any better, especially for dark skinned descendants of slaves born here in America, you know. So, it's just, and this ideal must be pushed, it must be pushed. Those of you, especially in black YouTube land or black social media, who claim and as well as especially in the pro-black conscious community that claim you do your research, well, you need to start researching some of these countries to go to. It's already being put out in social media where there are, countries to go to that will, positively embrace black Americans, from the United States, you know. So, like I said before, I mean, you need to do your research on that type of stuff, which is going to be more beneficial, you know, because I mean, it's no guarantee that being dark skinned in America or as a dark skinned descendant of a slave born in America that you're going to wake up to see another day without possibly losing your life at the hands of a racist police or at the hands of some other type of racist or even at the hands of one another. It's no guarantee that we going to be able to come back home in one piece and remain free without possibly being locked up on some crazy trumped up charge or something, especially because of racism in this country. You know, these are all the realities we have to deal with every day, in America. It's dark skinned descendants of slaves born here in this country, you know. And, it's unfortunate that many of us, as dark skinned descendants of slaves born in America, just don't understand and realize this. But, my thing is this, you know, black people, like most other people in this country in general, think that America is going to remain rich and powerful as the nation that has been for so long, which history has proven over and over not to be the case, as always, and also which proves that things just simply don't go like that. So, you know, and with the political and economic uncertainty crisis facing this country, you know, anybody, especially those of us that are dark skinned descendants of slaves born in America, should be making some drastic moves to get out of America. And some people have already left America, which happens to be Caucasians. Now, like I've said in other previous videos, when you have Caucasians who see what's coming down the pike line, what's coming down the pike and they're making moves to get out of America, then that should tell us something, especially as dark skinned descendants of slaves born here in America. So like I said before, we need to understand this very clearly. That this is not a game. We are definitely under the hegemony of a flat out known racist president, as well as a president that 1000% caters to so-called white supremacy and so-called white nationalism, and it's getting only worse for us. And no matter even who is the president after him, definitely do not necessarily mean that it's going to get any better. If not, but more worse. Okay? And I don't care what president we have been under in this country. It definitely ain't never been so good for dark skinned descendants of slaves born here in America. But with that said, like I said before, it's not our job to wait on this system to change or to be revamped, as I hear some people say, or to be broken, period. It's our job to get the hell out the way. Either we gonna do something by creating a safe haven and a new better existence for ourselves as a people and our future generations in this country as a group of people, or simply the best thing Other than that, it's just to get up out of America altogether, you know. And it's just that simple, you know. I don't know what's so hard, how so hard that is to understand. And a lot of you who are dark skinned descendants of slaves born in America have the resources, you know, that can help change our situation all together as a people in this country. But because we're not a people that's united, that makes it very more harder on us, you know. So, like I said before, I mean, hey, I'm going to keep on promoting this message. Like I said in any video that speak in, or where I even discuss other topics beside what I'm talking about at this moment, you know. And oh, and by the way, too, before I close out, I like to talk about also all these trolls and all these cowards that want to flag brothers' videos because they telling the truth about the fictitious pro-black conscious community and the RGB movements and all these other comedic and pan-Africanist frauds in the so-called black conscious community. Just expect to receive the legal consequences that you got coming with these actions, or rather behind these actions that you're perpetrating, against our brother Angel Snup Snup 7 of Reality Temples Ministries on Earth, because that's not cool. You know, that brother got the right to speak what's on his mind just as well as y'all have the right to speak what y'all be talking about, which ain't about nothing in y'all videos. That brother have a right to speak what he speaks. And if he can't speak, then y'all shouldn't be able to speak. That's not cool. You know. And another thing too, I am totally behind him when he says that if he got to involve a white man in it, so be it. You know, I'm with him 1,000% on that. You know, I mean, you if you can't handle the truth, or like they say, if you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen. It's just that simple. Cause like I say, most of you in black social media land, as well as in the pro-black conscious community in social media, ain't really talking about nothing anyway. That's gonna be a benefit for us to get up out this situation that we're in as a people in this country. You know. So I mean, hey, he got more right to say what he want to say. And when you talking about flagging somebody, especially when they ain't did nothing to you, but you want to come over on their channel and harass them and then turn around and flag them, that's just straight up punk stuff. And I don't cuss all the time, but I'm gonna say this: that's also bitch types, female stuff to be pulling. It really is, cause it's not cool. And no disrespect to females, because I know most of these people that's probably doing it are men, you know. But it's just bitch type stuff, you know. It really is. And it need to stop. It really need to stop. Won't none of us be on social media talking if ones keep this up. And like I said, I am 1,000% behind our brother, Talik. You know. And with that said, I'm out 5,000. Peace.